In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a parenting schedule using our calendar transition event. A parenting schedule is used when co-parents share custody of the children. For example, alternating weekly custody or every other weekend custody. In my example, I'm going to configure it so that the mom has most of the custody and the dad has the children every other weekend. In our system, there is a two-step process to create a final parenting schedule. Once created, it will give you the flexibility to change any day. To get started, click on Add New Event. We're going to select the transition type. In our system, transition means the day the children actually move to the other home. As I mentioned, there is a two-step process. The first process is to create a transaction to Dad's house. So, for the description, we will use Dad's house. For instructions, we can add information about the drop-off or pick-up of the kids, such as Dad to pick up the kids. The start date should be when the occurrence starts and the end date when it will end. So we can add the start date as today and can set it to end in 6 months. We will also set the transition time of 5 p.m. Next, we will put a checkbox for a reoccurrence. This will display new options for daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. In my example, we want the kids to be transitioned on Friday afternoon every other week. So we will select weekly, which will recur every 2 weeks on Friday. We will select the dad. Then we will select the children. We can also add some additional notes if needed. Finally, we click on Create. In the calendar, you'll now notice color bars on the top of each date. Remember, this is just step 1. We still need to add the transition date back to Mom's house. So let's click on Add New Event again. We're going to select the transition type. This time for description, we will use Mom's house. For instructions, we can add information about the drop-off or pick-up of the kids, such as Mom to pick up the kids. We will also set the same start and end date. We will also set the transition time as 6 p.m. Next, we will put a checkbox for a recurrence. Again, we will select weekly, which will recur every 2 weeks on Sunday this time. We will select the mom. Then we will select the children. Finally, we can click on Create. In the calendar, you can finally see the completed parenting schedule, where the dad has the kids every other weekend. However, with most parenting schedules, there are often date changes that arise, such as business trips, vacations, and holidays. To make changes to the current parenting schedule, we can add another transition date. So, looking at our current schedule for December, Mom normally has the kids until Friday, but for this week only, the dad will pick them up on Christmas afternoon and drop them off at the usual time on Sunday. So for this, we can add one more transition event. Select Transition. In the description, we will put Christmas at Dad's. Important, for the start and end date, since this is just a one-time thing and does not recur, we'll set the start date as December 25th and the end date as December 25th. Since this is not going to reoccur, we don't need to select reoccurrence. We will finish up by selecting the dad and the children and clicking on Create. Now we've added a new transition date on December 25th, but we still have an event on Friday. So we can easily remove that one for Friday. Click on the event, then click on Delete Recurrence, and confirm that you want to delete it. There, now the calendar is updated to reflect the changes to your parenting schedule.